Hey everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy. My voice is better. It's a lot better. It's still a little teeny bit. I'm not 100%. I have not recovered 100% either. But it's been like a week and a bit now since I've recorded. And, oh boy, it's been a pretty rough one. We're gonna do Reaper 2 today. I have a bit more understanding of Reaper. If you watched our first Reaper video, you'd be not really knowing anything about the job. I haven't tried to optimize it because I'm only level 80, so I ain't like reading down the balance, you know, because I'm only level 80. I ain't gonna need the balance till I'm 90. This doesn't mean we can't play as hard as we can, but it's there. So I'm sure we'll do some running around crap. So I'll explain kind of what I've learned, or what I think I've learned, as we do this quest. Let's talk to Julius. The harvest begins. How do you find the weight of a scythe in your hands? Pleasing, I hope. Not that we have more in common in time. We become better acquainted. What's the name of our newest Reaper? You don't know my name? Did I just leave without telling you my name? Strife? Jesus. Doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue. But it is a Eorzean name. With every new one I learn more. More is forgotten. Okay. Yours can replace Gigiolo. What the? I'm sorry, my name's hard to pronounce, is it? After our little conversation, I think he'll give us a wide berth. Any road with more worthwhile gold and shifty merchants, namely, getting your comfort with a proper tricks of the trade. What a mistake! What a mistake! And the best way to do it is through battle. One of the family is having trouble with a particularly vexing fiend and sent word asking for assistance. He goes by the name Argonus. That's right, Argonus. He's stationed out near Cutter's Cry. Not much of a fighter, but he's keen mind for trade. And I can find a needle in a haystack of needles if need be. We'd best hurry before he ends up at the bottom of a monitor's gullet. Okay, that's off we go. Fucking, I don't know why I was like, what voice shall I give it? Ah, yes, Emperor Palpatine. I'm not sure why I thought that. Alright, we gotta head over to Cutter's Cry. That's fine. Let's do a quick telly. And then we'll run from there, shall we? Where are we going? We're going to Cutter's Cry. Cutter's Cry is in Central. I don't know. Oh, so, Reaper's got a good aesthetic, and that's why everyone's excited about it, right? It's got a fun aesthetic. It's got a scythe, it's got like a demon, a void scent with you. It's pretty fucking cool. It's got a cool aesthetic. And that's why people are excited, and I get that. However, I feel like it's pretty basic. At the moment, at 80, it's pretty basic. It's all about, let me grab my old mouseicle here before we talk to this lady. It's all about this move right here, right? The Death's Design buff, and then these two moves. Whenever you use this, you get 50 gauge, which allows you to use one of these moves, right? Now, this is behind, and this is from the side. Keeping your position was correct. That's going to be important. And I just needed to make sure that was correct. That is from the flank. The reason I have them like this on my hotbar is so I remember flank and behind. Because I'm a samurai main. When I come back to playing a Reaper, I'm probably not going to remember which one is which. By the name Gallows and Gibbet. I suppose you could attach Gallows to, like, you know, head being down so it's from behind. But that's why I place them like that on my cross hotbar. So we keep using these. Like this move is the latest move for me to get access to. In fact, there might be an 81 that I've just... This one. This one's 80. I've not tried this yet. I don't know what this does. But using my gauge, right? So you get 50 gauge from like this. This gives you 50 gauge. You use this twice, which is quite nice. And then you use this, right? You use your gauge up on your Bloodstalk, which gives you access to hitting one of these. If I use Gluttony, it gives me 2 stacks, so I can use 2 of them. But I can't use it for another 60 seconds. And this one offers your flesh to the vessel of the artifact, maximum stacks of Limited Shroud. 30 seconds. Okay, so every 15 seconds. That actions cannot be executed while playing host to your avatar. Okay, so that I think that's the one that changes some of these, and I've not done that yet. Used it, so I don't know how that one functions. Maybe we'll learn as we go through the story. Imagine it would be ending at 80. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it ends at 90. That'd be interesting. But let's have a chat. That's what I've learned so far, at least. Is that it's all about keeping this dot up on your enemy. It's not really a dot, it doesn't damage, but it gives you more damage. Keeping that up, and using these two as much as possible. Pre-80, that's what it's all about. Boss, who's this? Are you sure we get you the outsider? Thank you for your discretion, then. But it ain't indeed. He is a personal contact with me. So consider him a mercenary in service to the family. Whatever you say in front of me, you can say in front of him. Well, by your will, boss. The Chimera, has been making these sands a living hell for anyone who dares to wander into its territory. Which be us, since our trade route cuts right through it. I mean, I've hired to carry my goods are scared to death. I can't blame them. None of us are fit to monster hunting, so I sent for you. Well, we'll see what we can do. I just might want to find a rock to hide behind. Those chimeras are known for being the most discerning of beasts. Right, okay. Peace out. He like shoulder bumped me as he left. Fucking asshole. Let's put your skills to good use. Yo, we got a trial. It's gonna sink us to 70. Definitely gonna dampen our juice. Let's get over the hunt there. We're gonna draw out the chimera with the murdering meat. Now, accustom yourself to the Reaper tools, harvest the souls, for the fourth of your avatar. Yeah, okay, so this is like legit just a fucking tutorial fight. Alright, so we gotta start with this one, right? Because we're always gonna be wanting to use that one. I don't think realistically we want to be starting off with our 1, 2, 3 either. I actually think we want to be going straight into Soul Slice. From what I can ascertain at least. Does he want us to destroy all of them? So the AoE works exactly the same. Anyway, you just want to keep going so that you can utilize Guillotine instead. I realize that move is called Gallows now, and not Guillotine that I mentioned earlier. Then you get behind into the right position and use that sucker. You must use it right away, however, because you can't like waste it away. So, oh shit! I'm sorry. What are we doing? The Chimera won't be exercised. No blood. Use Gibbet Gallows. Okay. Use Gibbet. Use Gallows. Now we just use Guillotine. We already did that. So we already did that. We were too good because I went and learned myself for 10 levels. And now we're trying to do a tutorial. Alright, I've done it, now what? Like a true reaper. Reap the feast of souls. Sunshine should have gotten the Chimera's attention. Steel yourself for a fight. Okay. Our target arrives. Finish this and keep your head as a trophy. So long as your avatar is by your side, monsters like this are nothing. They're trash. Show them what you've been listening, Strife. Give your avatar a feast to remember. Remember to position yourself and give it to the side and gallows on the rear. I like this. I like this for new players. This is good. Alright, so I think we want to use this, right? Then we want to immediately go into this. We can get constant, like, things off. And then we only use our 1, 2, 3 to fill the gaps in between using all of this skunk. Things really off that. So we can use it mid-combo as well, it doesn't break. And we can use it whenever. There's no reason not to use your dot and keep that up. You gotta use them back. You gotta use them in contingency back and forth as well. Just gotta make sure you keep moving to either the rear or the side. That's all. Pretty simple stuff. If you've played, I should say, if you've played pre-Endwalker Monk, I don't know how the new Monk works yet. I'm not trying to. I'm excited to play that one though. But you know, if you've done all that, this should not be a problem for you. We let our dot run off there, which was a huge waste, but it's dead anyway. If you've played anything mid, pre-Endwalker, Dragoon, they all have positionals at some point. You know, so it should not be an issue moving to Reaper and learn 2 positionals. Bloody impressive work, Matt. I knew there was something about you, but truth be told, I didn't expect you to make such a clean work of that Chimera. I reckon even I might have hard pressed to match that display. Oh, yes, you know that talent when you see it, boss. With that, the cerulean will flow once more. Alright. Among his many roles, Aegis is a merchant of sorts. He's a smuggler. He sells ceruleum at the price that make those gill pinchers in Amgina and Sonsbag bulk. But still turns a pretty profit. We can barely keep up with demand, despite the occasional beast or two butting into our affairs. Yeah, all thanks to you, boss, and our countrymen up north. Of course, getting back to business as usual. So he's a ceruleum smuggler for the Garlamods? Is that right? Like he clears it from, he steals it from Garlamod and like runs it down here. Ceruleum ain't easy to come by, as you well know. Angela and Sons projects have their monopoly with a gilded fist. So if they yet force the Imperial smugglers up north out of the market. Now, before you go running off to the flames, let me assure you that this arrangement is entirely above board. Selling goods to Imperials is forbidden by law, but there ain't a word about buying from them. I know you Eorzeans like to call Guardians by all sorts of colourful names: bastards, Yants, tyrants, invaders, and we've got those and worse. But while many of our found dead have been committed to glory of the Empire, we are megalomaniacs to a man, even amongst the purebloods. Those who serve don't always do so by choice. So could be argued that our casualties are the great Machina ambition. No small number of the Empire troops would turn home in a heartbeat if they could. Well, I'd like to see them try. Most of the Eorzeans would suffer a weight of color of composites. Their black and white view, but they're going to fight with us. You should learn the truth of our past. Keali and Laura, coming up. God, I'm really regretting this voice. Long ago, long before the Empire, our forebears learned in Lucius and Moodius down the southern hills of Ard. While temperature climates and fertile earth, the land provided many of us were but simple farmers, harvesting abundant crops with the self-same scythes the reaper would entirely wield. But gifts ever are the object of envy. We're not tilling the fields. Our ancestors were forced to defend them. Every year they yielded a few more limbs, and some 800 years ago, now we're driven from Lucius Amos completely. They fled north to the frozen region that would become Garlemald. Even there, they fought tooth and nail for the sacred resources, frigid land. The fires of hardship, where the first Magitech devices forged. In innovation upon innovation, the humble group of farmers grew into an insatiable empire. But before the malicious twist of fate, we were dying breed, brief only of magic, but of hope itself, with no natural advantages to speak of. Our mere survival was in question. They were farmers. Then they became evil reaping farmers. From harsh necessity were the reapers born. We turned our tools to weapons, struck a bargain with the whispers in the dark. With the void power, we could strike enemy, breathe it out, slay generals, and throw rank and file into disarray. With our ways to end battles before the sparks catch surface, the one of many. To keep Akaboy's hands away from family, friends, and lovers, and not the power belongs to you. Remember our story. Remember that we once lived. Remember that drives a man to turn to the void. You will lead unto reapers' temptations. Our work here is done. I'll see you back at headquarters. I go with you? No, I gotta run. Of course I gotta run. Harsh. Harsh but fair. Get that teleport back. But that's it. That's Reaper. That's how Reaper functions. 70 at least. I'm sure when it comes to being 80 and then 90, I'm gonna have. Sorry, we should use the A for it. We're probably gonna have many different ideas and little optimization ways. Of course, if you're watching this and you're like, that doesn't seem right, by all means, put a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on Reaper and how you think level 70 should work. Level 70, not that big of a deal. We need to get to 80, which we have done, and then need to get to 90, which is when you want to start optimizing. And I mentioned it earlier, but the balance Discord is a fantastic tool for helping optimize. Really, really well done, and the people there are really good and always eager to help. If you're willing to learn, great place to go. Great people there. Your first outing, you did good. I think you've earned the right to know just who This is the lot you'll throw yourself in with. You might have gathered this yourself, but the Lemurians were formed to support those guardians who are living in exile. Ain't easy to be far from home, let alone in a place where most would sooner gut you than offer a helping hand off the places you make a living. The shadowy corners lie outside a watchful gaze of the law. Now, I don't expect you to embrace us like brothers and sisters straight away, but know this, I do expect you to apply yourself to this job. In the meantime, I'll be working with the family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. I expect the Strife to be like an extension of your own body next we speak. Right. Next time on the hunt, I assume this will only lead up to level 80, and there'll be 5 quests. But who knows? Since we're so far past the point of normal, job stories could go a little bit longer. Since these job stories are, I mean, who are we kidding? They're gonna go up to 80. But I'm just saying, Square, listen, Square. The shit could go a little bit longer, or you could even space it out more now. If your job starts at 70, all we got is role quests, right? Like, there's no other plot. If you're doing a plot for your job that's just been introduced into the game now, you can spread that shit out over 20 levels. It doesn't matter. I don't think we get anything skill-wise for completing it either. So, there you go. You should maybe put a cool weapon glamour at the end of them. Maybe you have. I'm just saying. It'd be cool to get like a badass weapon glamour or something as you finish. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this Reaper quest, please let me know down below by liking the video or commenting below, telling me I like that. Or you can even tell me on Twitter. You can go onto Twitter, which is in the description of the video, and you can be like, yo, I like that video. And then I can be like, yo, thank you very much. And what a cool story that would be. In any case, you can also subscribe if you're new. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you next time for On the Hunt. Bye bye.